Security Posture Assessments, SPA, Building a Secure Foundation. In today's ever-evolving digital landscape, cybersecurity threats pose a constant challenge to organizations across all industries. Data breaches, ransomware attacks, and phishing scams are just a few examples of the dangers lurking in the online world. To effectively combat these threats and safeguard their valuable assets, organizations need a robust cybersecurity posture. This is where Security Posture Assessments, SPA, come into play. Understanding Security Posture Assessments, SPA. An SPA is a comprehensive evaluation of an organization's overall cybersecurity effectiveness. It assesses various aspects of an organization's security controls, vulnerabilities, and overall preparedness against cyber attacks. Imagine it as an X-ray for your IT infrastructure, offering a detailed picture of your security posture and highlighting potential weaknesses. Just like regular health checks are essential for individuals, SPAs are vital for organizations to proactively identify and address security gaps in their IT environment. Benefits of Security Posture Assessments, SPA, for all industries. Performing regular SPAs offers a multitude of benefits that extend far beyond just the technology sector. Here are some key advantages that apply across various industries. Enhanced security posture. By identifying vulnerabilities and security gaps, SPAs enable organizations to prioritize remediation efforts and strengthen their defenses against cyber attacks. This is crucial for protecting sensitive data and ensuring operational continuity. Improved compliance. Industries often have specific regulatory requirements for data security and privacy. SPAs help organizations assess their compliance with industry regulations and best practices, such as HIPAA in healthcare, PCI DSS in finance, and GDPR for organizations operating in the EU. This helps avoid hefty fines and legal repercussions. Informed decision-making. Data gathered through SPAs empowers management teams to make informed decisions regarding security investments. SPAs provide insights into areas that require immediate attention, allowing for the allocation of resources and budgets to optimize security posture. Risk management. Identifying vulnerabilities through SPAs allows organizations to understand their risk profile and prioritize countermeasures based on severity and potential impact. This proactive risk mitigation approach reduces the likelihood of successful cyber attacks and associated losses. Cost savings. Proactive security measures identified through SPAs can prevent costly breaches and downtime. The cost of recovering from a cyber attack can be substantial, while regular SPAs help organizations avoid these expenses by identifying and addressing vulnerabilities before they are exploited. Examples of SPA implementation across industries. Let's delve into a few specific examples of how SPAs can benefit different industries. Healthcare. Healthcare organizations handle vast amounts of sensitive patient data, making them prime targets for cybercriminals. SPAs can help identify vulnerabilities in electronic health record (EHR) systems and ensure compliance with HIPAA regulations. Finance. Financial institutions deal with large sums of money and sensitive financial information. SPAs can help assess the security of online banking systems, payment processing platforms, and customer data to ensure compliance with PCI DSS standards. Retail. Retailers collect customer data and process credit card transactions, making them vulnerable to data breaches. SPAs can help identify vulnerabilities in their point-of-sale (POS) systems and payment gateways, protecting customer data from compromise. Government. Government agencies hold sensitive data on citizens and critical infrastructure. SPAs can help ensure robust cybersecurity protocols and identify weaknesses that could be exploited by attackers. Conducting a Security Posture Assessment, SPA. There are several approaches to conducting SPAs, depending on your organization's size, budget, resources, and specific needs. Internal assessments, conducted by your own IT staff with adequate training and tools. This is a cost-effective option for smaller organizations with readily available internal expertise. External assessments. performed by specialized IT security services companies. This option offers a comprehensive assessment with the expertise of experienced professionals, particularly beneficial for complex IT environments or when internal resources are limited. Hybrid approach, combining internal resources with external expertise. This approach provides a balance between cost and expertise, allowing internal teams to gain valuable knowledge while leveraging external expertise for specific areas. Regardless of the chosen approach, a typical SPA should encompass several key phases. Planning and scoping, defining the specific areas to be assessed, outlining project timelines, and identifying resources required. Assessment and data collection. This includes network assessments, vulnerability scanning, application security reviews, and security policy evaluations. Reporting and gap analysis, delivering a comprehensive report that details identified vulnerabilities, risks, and recommendations for remediation. Remediation and follow-up, implementing corrective actions based on findings and conducting follow-up assessments to verify effectiveness of implemented controls. Key considerations for effective security posture assessments, SPA. Several factors need careful consideration when planning and conducting a security posture assessment. Scope, define the specific areas of your IT infrastructure that will be assessed, ensuring it aligns with your security goals and current business context. Prioritize critical assets and systems containing sensitive data or those mandated by regulations. Resources are limited, so focus on the areas most vulnerable to internal or external threats. Methodology, choose an assessment methodology that aligns with industry best practices and regulatory requirements applicable to your organization. Popular frameworks include NIST Cybersecurity Framework, COBIT, and ISO 27001. Tools and resources, utilize appropriate tools and technology to automate the assessment process where possible. Vulnerability scanners, penetration testing tools, and security information and event management (SIEM) systems can streamline data collection and analysis. Expertise, consider whether your internal resources are equipped to conduct the assessment or if external expertise is necessary. Training and certifications play a crucial role in ensuring a thorough and accurate assessment. Cost effectiveness, balance the cost of the assessment with the value it offers. Consider hybrid approaches or internal assessments if feasible to optimize resource utilization. Communication and collaboration, ensure clear communication between IT security personnel, management, and other stakeholders throughout the SPA process. This fosters collaboration and facilitates effective prioritization of remediation efforts. Continuous improvement, security posture assessments are not one-time activities. Schedule regular SPAs to track progress, identify emerging threats, and adapt your security posture accordingly. Beyond security posture assessments, SPA. While SPAs primarily focus on security, they often extend beyond these boundaries. Many assessments include reviews of IT infrastructure performance, network health, and capacity planning within the overall scope. This broadened approach provides a more holistic perspective on the overall IT environment, ensuring optimal performance and security. Integrating IT security considerations with infrastructure management promotes a proactive approach to risk mitigation. Techniques employed in security posture assessments, SPA. Security posture assessments utilize a variety of techniques to comprehensively evaluate an organization's security posture. Here's a closer look at some common methods. Network assessments. These assessments involve scanning your network infrastructure for vulnerabilities, such as misconfigurations, weak encryption protocols, and outdated software. Tools like vulnerability scanners and network traffic analyzers are used to identify potential entry points for attackers. Vulnerability scanning. Vulnerability scanners are automated tools that identify known vulnerabilities in operating systems, applications, and network devices. These scans prioritize vulnerabilities based on severity and exploitability, allowing you to focus on the most critical risks first. Penetration testing. Penetration testing, also known as pen testing, involves simulating a cyber attack to identify exploitable weaknesses in your security defenses. Ethical hackers are hired to attempt to gain unauthorized access to your systems, mimicking real-world attacker tactics. Security policy reviews. This technique involves evaluating your organization's security policies to ensure they are comprehensive, up-to-date, and aligned with industry best practices. The review assesses the effectiveness of your policies in mitigating security risks and promoting a culture of security awareness within the organization. Application security reviews. These reviews focus on identifying vulnerabilities in your web applications and APIs. Tools like Static Application Security Testing, SAST, and Dynamic Application Security Testing, DAST, are used to scan for vulnerabilities in code and identify potential security weaknesses that attackers could exploit. Wireless network assessments. With the increasing prevalence of wireless devices in organizations, assessing the security of your wireless networks is crucial. Techniques involve testing encryption protocols, access control mechanisms, and identifying unauthorized access points. Social engineering assessments. These assessments test the effectiveness of your employee training and security awareness programs. Phishing simulations and social engineering tactics are employed to assess employees' susceptibility to social engineering attacks. Customization and tailoring your SPA. While some core techniques are common across SPAs, tailoring the assessment to your specific needs is essential. Here are some factors to consider when customizing your SPA. Industry regulations. Compliance requirements will vary depending on your industry. For example, healthcare organizations must comply with HIPAA, while financial institutions need to adhere to PCI DSS standards. Ensure your SPA covers the security controls mandated by relevant regulations. Organizational size and complexity. The size and complexity of your IT environment will influence the scope of the assessment. Larger organizations with more complex infrastructures may require a more comprehensive SPA compared to smaller organizations. Data sensitivity. The type of data you handle will determine the level of security required. Organizations handling sensitive data, such as financial institutions or healthcare providers, should conduct more rigorous assessments to safeguard their valuable information. Risk tolerance. Every organization has a unique risk tolerance. High-risk industries or organizations with a low risk tolerance may opt for more frequent and in-depth SPAs compared to companies with lower risk profiles. The importance of post-SPA action. The true value of a security posture assessment lies in its actionable insights. Here's how to effectively utilize the findings of your SPA. Prioritization. Based on the identified vulnerabilities, prioritize remediation efforts. Focus on addressing the most critical vulnerabilities first, considering both severity and exploitability. Remediation plan. Develop a comprehensive remediation plan that outlines the steps required to address identified vulnerabilities. Assign ownership and timelines for each remediation activity. Resource allocation. Allocate necessary resources, including personnel, budget, and tools, to effectively implement the remediation plan. Communication and awareness. Communicate the findings of the SPA to relevant stakeholders, including management and employees. Raise awareness about identified vulnerabilities and the importance of implementing security best practices. Continuous improvement. Security posture assessments should be performed regularly, not just as a one-time event. Conduct periodic SPAs to track progress made, identify new vulnerabilities, and adapt your security posture accordingly. Ongoing security management. Security posture assessments are a vital tool for assessing your organization's security posture, but they are not the end of the story. Ongoing security management practices are essential for maintaining a strong security posture. Here are some key aspects of ongoing security management. Security policy updates. Regularly review and update your security policies to address emerging threats and technological advancements. Patch management. Implement a robust patch management program to ensure timely updates are applied to operating systems, applications, and firmware to address vulnerabilities. User education and awareness. Train employees on cybersecurity best practices to prevent them from falling victim to phishing attacks and social engineering tactics. Security incident and event management. SIEM. Utilize SIEM tools to centralize log management, streamline incident detection, and provide real-time insights into potential security threats. SIEM tools offer a comprehensive view of your security posture and facilitate faster incident response. Vulnerability management. Implement a vulnerability management program to continuously identify, prioritize, and remediate vulnerabilities in your IT environment. This program should involve regular vulnerability scanning, timely patching, and configuration management. Security testing. Regularly conduct security testing, including penetration testing, to identify and address security gaps before attackers exploit them. Threat intelligence. Stay informed about the latest cyber threats and vulnerabilities by subscribing to threat intelligence feeds and participating in industry forums. Security awareness training. Conduct regular security awareness training for employees to keep them informed about evolving threats and best practices for maintaining a secure online presence. The evolving landscape of security threats and the role of SPAs. Cybersecurity threats are constantly evolving, requiring organizations to remain vigilant and adapt their security posture accordingly. Some of the emerging threats that SPAs can help identify and mitigate include cloud security risks. As organizations increasingly move their workloads to the cloud, securing cloud environments presents a new set of challenges. SPAs can assess the security controls of cloud providers and identify potential vulnerabilities within your cloud infrastructure. Supply chain attacks. Cybercriminals are increasingly targeting third-party vendors and suppliers to gain access to an organization's network. SPAs can assess the security posture of your vendors and mitigate the risk of compromise through the supply chain. Internet of Things, IoT, security vulnerabilities. The proliferation of IoT devices in businesses introduces new security risks. SPAs can identify vulnerabilities in these devices and ensure they are properly configured and secured. Ransomware attacks. Ransomware continues to be a significant threat, causing data disruptions and financial losses. SPAs can identify weaknesses in your backup and recovery processes and assess the effectiveness of your ransomware preparedness strategy. Advanced persistent threats. APTs are sophisticated cyber attacks targeting specific organizations. SPAs can help identify indicators of compromise, IOCs, associated with APTs and strengthen your defenses against these targeted attacks. Best practices for implementing successful SPAs. To maximize the effectiveness of your SPA, consider these best practices. Executive sponsorship. Secure buy-in and support from senior management. Having executive sponsorship ensures that resources are allocated and remediation efforts are prioritized based on findings. Cross-departmental collaboration. Involve personnel from IT, security, risk management, and other relevant departments throughout the SPA process. This collaborative approach facilitates a comprehensive assessment and fosters a culture of shared responsibility for security. Metrics and reporting. Establish clear metrics to track progress on addressing vulnerabilities identified by SPAs. Create comprehensive reports that detail the findings, risks, and recommendations, communicating the results effectively to stakeholders. Continuous improvement. As previously mentioned, SPAs should be conducted regularly. Schedule periodic assessments to monitor progress, identify new threats, and adapt your security posture accordingly. Post-SPA communication. Clearly communicate the results of the SPA to stakeholders. This includes management, employees, and any external service providers involved. Share a remediation plan and timeline to demonstrate transparency and commitment to addressing identified vulnerabilities. Case studies, SPAs in action. Here are hypothetical case studies illustrating how SPAs can benefit organizations in different industries. Case Study 1: Healthcare Organization. A large healthcare organization conducts a regular SPA to assess its compliance with HIPAA regulations. The SPA identifies vulnerabilities in its electronic health record (EHR) system, such as weak access controls and outdated software. Based on the findings, the organization implements corrective measures, including strengthening access controls, patching software vulnerabilities, and conducting employee training on HIPAA compliance. This proactive approach prevents potential data breaches and ensures patient data confidentiality. Case Study 2: Retail Company. A major retail chain conducts an SPA to evaluate the security of its point-of-sale (POS) systems. The assessment reveals vulnerabilities in its payment processing gateway, allowing attackers to potentially steal credit card information. The company addresses this vulnerability by implementing additional security measures, such as tokenization and multi-factor authentication, to safeguard customer payment data. This proactive approach mitigates the risk of financial losses associated with data breaches. By incorporating these best practices and case studies, organizations can effectively utilize SPAs to strengthen their security posture and proactively manage cyber threats in the evolving digital landscape. Conclusion: Security posture assessments (SPAs) are a powerful tool for organizations seeking to proactively manage their security posture and navigate the ever-changing cybersecurity landscape. By understanding their vulnerabilities and taking steps to mitigate risks, organizations can build strong defenses against cyber attacks and ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of their valuable data and systems. However, the benefits extend beyond mere identification of vulnerabilities. SPAs serve as a catalyst for raising security awareness within an organization, fostering a culture of shared responsibility for maintaining a secure environment. Beyond the technical, the human element of cybersecurity. While technology plays a crucial role in cybersecurity, it's important to remember the human element. SPAs can be a valuable tool in promoting security awareness within an organization. By communicating the findings of the assessment and their potential impact, organizations can incentivize employees to adopt secure practices, such as using strong passwords and being cautious of suspicious emails. Additionally, SPAs can inform security awareness training programs, ensuring they address the specific vulnerabilities identified within the organization. The road to a secure future, a continuous journey. Remember, cybersecurity is not a one-time fix, it's an ongoing journey that requires continuous vigilance and adaptation. By regularly conducting SPAs, implementing effective remediation actions, integrating ongoing security management practices, and fostering a culture of security awareness, organizations can create a robust and resilient security posture. In today's digital world, where threats are constantly evolving, the proactive approach facilitated by SPAs is essential for securing your valuable assets and maintaining a competitive edge. Call to action. Don't wait for a cyber attack to happen before taking action. Leverage the power of security posture assessments to proactively identify and address vulnerabilities within your organization. By embracing a culture of continuous improvement and prioritizing cybersecurity, you can build a secure foundation for your organization's success in the digital age.